So we're looking at radioactivity. So radioactivity is the spontaneous emission of radiation in the form of particles or high-energy photons resulting from a nuclear reaction. So we're going to look at the two types or more of particles that are released, as well as the energy that's released when an atomic nucleus decays. There's three types of nuclear radiation: alpha particles, beta particles, and gamma radiation. Let's first look at the alpha particle. An alpha particle is a helium-4 nucleus. So you can also write it in nuclear symbol form: 2 protons, a mass number of 4, and an alpha particle doesn't have any electrons. An alpha particle cannot penetrate the skin. It is dangerous if ingested because it can ionize other atoms and molecules, which means it can take electrons from them, but otherwise it can't go through your skin. It can also be blocked by a piece of paper. So that's what this little box represents. So one thing I like to ask is, how do we get, the symbol is the alpha symbol. This is the first Greek letter, and it's the lowercase alpha in the Greek alphabet. No, yeah, blocked by a piece of paper. So how do we get our helium for balloons? It's actually mined. When they collect methane gas, a lot of the methane is CH4, so methane, that's what we call natural gas, contains a lot of helium. And so they have a process where they can separate the helium from the methane. So helium is a non-renewable resource that we use in lots of places, such as MRI machines. You probably know it as balloons, but that's a recreational use. It's used for cooling, magnets, and other apparatus. Using alpha radiation, it's used in smoke alarms that use americium-241. And the 241 releases alpha particles. The alpha particles ionize the air, and the smoke from the fire absorbs that alpha radiation. When that happens, the alarm is triggered. And that's when we hear that sound. A beta particle is an electron, and we write that E, charge on an electron, is -1, and its mass we say is 0 compared to a proton. If you want to block an alpha particle, you use a sheet of aluminum or something similar. They use beta radiation, for example, to monitor the source of a film, such as plastic. So say you're manufacturing a certain thickness of plastic, they can send through electrons, so they're coming through here, this device. It's sending out electrons, and this Geiger counter detects the electrons. I'll show you a Geiger counter in class. It expects a certain frequency. If it gets too many, they know that the film is too thin. If it doesn't detect enough, they know that the film is too thick, and they would have to adjust their machinery. Gamma radiation is the most dangerous of the three types. It's a high-frequency electromagnetic radiation. So one electromagnetic radiation type that you know is light. So light is energy. Gamma rays are energy. You need a sheet of lead to block gamma radiation because it's so energetic. Some uses for gamma radiation, one use in particular is the treatment of cancer. So they can take gamma rays, which are indicated by the green dashed lines. It's emitted by the radioactive cobalt. There's the cobalt. And they point it all towards a certain point. In this case, say a person's head that has a tumor. And that will allow the gamma to reach the tumor and destroy the tumor without hurting the other tissue. You can also use gamma radiation for killing organisms on food. So it doesn't alter the food, but it kills the microorganisms that can make you sick. It's also used for sterilizing medical instruments. Again, it kills the bacteria so that you don't get sick when you have an operation. So to review, alpha particles are blocked by your skin. You could also use, what else? A piece of paper. Beta particles, I could also write beta like that. You could also write E -1, 0. It's blocked by a sheet of aluminum. Your gamma radiation, symbol for gamma is like this. It's letter C in the Greek alphabet, and it's blocked by lead. One radioactive ion is radon-222, and it gives off particles which can cause cancer, and it's lung cancer. It's the second leading cause of lung cancer in the U.S. What's the first leading cause? Yes, smoking. So radon is released from bedrock. That just means the rock under the ground. For us, that would be granitic rock. When it fractures, the gas is released, and it goes into the soil and can go through into your basement. It can go into the water well, which is what this is indicating. So they actually have radon detectors so you can measure the radon in your house.